Welcome to the New Age. You know what time it is. It's the New Age Show. It's the New Age Podcast. How you guys feeling?
Feel pretty good. New Age, we bring y'all all things money. And we identify as anything but trust fund based. So anything centered around business, finance, betting, opportunity, you name it, we bring our perspectives.
And today's perspective is Hot Topic Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we'll bring
Hot topic. Hot topic. It's Hot Take Tuesday.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turn to the city, I broke out that.
That's what it is. Hot Take Tuesday is getting heated up. Not to cut you off, but to cut you off.
Cut me off.
Cut you off. Let's get it. Hot Take Tuesday.
Take Tuesday, where every Tuesday we bring you our hot takes and give you our perspective on these takes. And today, my topic is Walmart.
Okay.
Walmart talk about getting into the metaverse. They also talk about getting into cryptocurrency NFT space. They've also filed several new trademarks within the last month with the intent to sell virtual goods. And they also have filed trademarks to sell, offer users crypto assets and NFTs. I think that this is the wave that's going to start in 2022 and is going to be the norm of 2023 as big box retailers jump into this space and try to take advantage at an early stage.
What is your perspective, LJ, on Hot Take Tuesday? What's your take?
My perspective, I'm excited about it. You know, I'm excited about the evolution. I think that my take is if you don't make this shift, Walmart has identified, you know, what their competition is doing, companies such as Amazon. And if they don't make a shift such as this, then, you know, they fall by the wayside, similar to Blockbusters and Netflix. You know, that's my take. So I also heard that they we're talking about getting into AR and VR. Walmart, I'm referencing.
Okay. You know, my take is the metaverse is heating up. You know, today I woke up, checked Twitter, and guess what was bought? Activision, the owners of Call of Duty, and a couple other games, big games, was bought by Microsoft. I think that's a metaverse play from Microsoft. I think it'd just be interesting to see if Call of Duty and those type of games that they just bought will be exclusively on Xbox now. But you got Xbox, you know, owning Minecraft, Call of Duty. I'm curious to know what's their next moves, but I feel like they setting up for a real gaming metaverse right now. So the metaverse is heating up. What's your hot take on this Tuesday, LJ?
My hot take is the war on crypto, banking versus crypto and the exchanges. I need you to play this 1 minute clip, and then I'm going to come back with my hot take on it.
Do you feel like the banks can ever truly make the leap into some of these higher and more attractive yield models?
So look, most banks are public companies, and you can go to their filings and see how much money they make. JP Morgan last quarter made $20 billion in net income. So the issue is not that they don't know how to create yield. They make tremendous amount of yield. They just choose to give 100% of that, almost 100% of that, to their shareholders. And Celsius chooses to create the same yield and give a very large chunk of that to its customers. So the issue is really not about banks don't know how to create yield. Banks are phenomenal at creating profits. They just don't want to share it with their customers. And the question is, are banks going to change their behavior because they're seeing so many customers leaving the banking system, right? So the real issue is that the banks run to regulators and cry and say, oh, you know, all these new crypto companies are stealing our customers, they're stealing our assets, shut them down. Really, all the regulators have to say back is, hey, you have to do more for your customers. You want to retain those customers? Don't ask us for regulation. Go and do more for your customers.
Okay.
So my take on that clip and the war on crypto is it's a dirty world, but it's still spinning. So what I mean by that is, I got two things I want to talk about. I'll be real brief. One is we see that the banks are sliding the lawmakers' capital, or this is my perspective, in order to remain in power. Because the power is being shifted, or control is being shifted. That's one side of it. And the reason I say that is because these same lawmakers that the banks are running to come from the banks. Hence, the SEC. Most SEC chairs, if you look into their background, they come from companies like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan Chase. So they have a portion of their career in banking, and then somehow they flip into becoming lobbyists, or lawmakers. So that's a conflict of interest within itself. The silver lining in it, where we come into play as constituents and retail investors, is this industry has created an opportunity that did not previously exist for us, but now we can capitalize on. So in one particular stable coin, I think it's USDC, they were offering yields anywhere from 9.5% every quarter upwards. I've seen it go as high as 21% APY. So that's the silver lining in it. If you're not in crypto, I suggest you look at the opportunities, study what yield farm it is, and you can make some real income or opportunity off of your money / crypto.
Okay. Crypto versus the banks. How you feel about that, Antonio?
I think that this is just the start of the fight for the death of the banks. Because if this become popularized and people start to get into yield farming and taking their money out of the big banks and moving into their own cryptocurrency yield farming situations, then that would just draw out banks. And then that's something that banks will not let happen. We all know that.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was about to say. Do we see the banks allowing this to happen?
Yeah, I don't think that the banks can stop it. What I think is that the banks are looking to control. I think ultimately the banks will buy up these exchanges. I think that it's already spread too far. At the same time, the benefit in it for the banks is that, as I said on yesterday, it's the velocity of money that that makes money. So for several decades now, we've been dealing with a liquidity crisis. So that's one of the benefits to the banks going into this asset class of crypto.
Okay. I'm going to give my hot take Tuesday. Feeling very hot today. I think, we at the end of 2021, I think a lot of experts and a lot of people thought NFTs was over, very risky, and would pretty much not all, but majority of them would become pretty much extinct, not real use case, yada, yada, yada. I think NFTs are here to stay, and I think NFTs will have one of its biggest years this year. Even though we got interest rates about to spike up and all this, I think NFT is a real marketplace, and that's all it has to be. It can be a marketplace full of digital art. It can have real tangible use case. We got NFT gaming that I believe is going to spike up later this year. I think NFTs are not going to go extinct this year. I think they're here to stay, just like baseball cards, just like collectibles and trading items, and just like regular art. If it's a marketplace for it, I think now marketplaces do have bull runs and they do have bear runs, but the marketplace is here to stay for NFTs and it's not going anywhere. That's my hot take.
What's your take on that, Bank?
I agree with him. Like, it's just 2021 was just the start of NFTs. It died down. We're in like a little a bear market, so to say, but the NFTs right now. But as soon as the crypto market pick up, I feel as though the NFT market is going to pick up, and sky's the limits from there.
And to be honest, NFTs are have been soaring at the beginning of this year. So it's not like it's in a bear market right now. No, it's on a bull run right now as we speak. We see, and this is why I alluded to Ethereum yesterday being one of the best plays of the week. I believe NFTs are heating up once again, and I think it's going to be a nice run for at least we can see it throughout the year. I think it will be some volatility, but it's going to be a nice run. It's going to be a nice run for at least the first quarter of NFT's bull run to me.
Yeah, and I agree with both of you, Dayton. I really love your assessment on this and your take on it. You know, both of you all know that my prediction for the year 2022 has been the year of the enterprise. And enterprises, I'm like you, I believe that NFTs are here to stay. Enterprises are, you know, diving into this space drastically.
Right.
You know, you name any big company almost, and all of them are talking about developing NFTs for their particular, you know, as a use case for their particular consumer base. So that's interesting. I love you both of y'all's assessment. The one thing I want to add to this, to our hot takes, is that, and this is for the listening and viewing audience, is that the three takes that we all mentioned is opportunity. That's what we want y'all to understand. And this is not financial advice. Please check with your own financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. You know, we're not here to give you any advice. We're just here to expose and introduce what's happening in various marketplaces. So Antonio started with the opportunity in Walmart. I think that myself, you know, I'm considering investing. I'm waiting for a little bit more of a dip to purchase some of the Walmart shares. I think I'm gonna do, well, I know I'm gonna do option contracts, maybe as a leap. And then I talked to you all about crypto lending and yield farming. Dayton followed up with the NFT space. So all three of those industries / opportunities are there for you and I, listening audience, to take advantage of if we so see fit, but do your own due diligence. And that's all I have for today.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add another thing. You talked about enterprises. Another thing is the music industry. I think the music industry will continue to start to use new technology. I'm surprised that they haven't really all the way dived into the NFT space, but I think they'll start to heat up and use it more in 2022. NFTs had this narrative like they did. Another thing that was supposedly did had a nice run, and then they, you know, said it's over. It's dead. Was hip hop. I remember they were saying hip hop's dead. Hip hop's dead. If it's a marketplace for it, if it's a customer base for it, if it's an audience for it, it's not dead. NFTs aren't dead. It's the year 2022 full of opportunity. And that's Hot Take Tuesday. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching us. If you enjoyed it, let us know what your hot take is this Tuesday. In New Age, we trust.